Hello? Hi, Avery. Can I get an audio check, please? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Are we good to go? Or do I need to adjust things? Let me know. Audio sounds fine? Alright. Let's go! I don't think we have all that much left, so let's see. Alright. So, what is this interesting thing you wanted to show me? The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG-8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order. Knife?
Take that!
Take a look at this area. What about that area? Oh no! Ah! My eyes aren't what they used to be, so I can't see what you're pointing at too well. But from what I can see, it doesn't look like it's related to our conversation. What do you mean? Why else would he have a knife? Okay. What is the vital clue they showed us the card was used to relay an order? Oh, the mark? The mark? Is it just the card, though?
Take that!
As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand. I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same, doesn't mean that they are, does it now? But there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. Blood. It's dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Cadopian government car. What? Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. Oh! This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Cadopia. Yoink.
Take that!
Eh? What? This section will make it all clear to us. Eh? But. Screams. Okay. Can I move? No? This?
Take that!
Okay. The shape of this pocket and the derivatives card in it. The directives card in it. It tells us that without a doubt, this person in the car is Mr. Cochin. Grr. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in that car on that day 10 years ago. Grr. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. Ah! What a guy. Done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at that time, that is going to be mighty difficult to prove. How so? The Principality of Cadopia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time period are also no longer exist. Arrogance. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces of them. Are we finished here, boy? They're so shiny. The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something in here that I can use against him.
This. We just saw it.
Take that!
What the? Ambassador Alba. Yes, what is it? You were once an army man in the service of Cadopia, and it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct? Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Cadopia. But now I am the only one who owns this particular medal. In that case, the only person it could be who is sitting in this car is you! How do you figure that? Why, the medal captured here in this footage is clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest.
What? Well, that didn't last long.
This is how it'll be. Look back. For this is the path that I have chosen. You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me? It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far. It looks like I might just lose our little game this time. You might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
You're going to confess?
And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Damask II's murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified self-defense. Damask II attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we'll need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should.
But Damask II didn't have a single weapon on his body.
Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over, because I hid the weapon.
You hid it?
I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it is in self-defense. I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears.
Ooh, it's covered in blood.
He was trembling quite badly during our struggle, but that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Since he has both a wound and the weapon that caused it, it is enough to declare it so.
Ambassador Alba claims it's proof he was stabbed by Damask II, so it was justified self-defense. No way!
Oh, which reminds me. I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of this is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on.
Bro, who even is your secretary?
Stop spewing nonsense! You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of Damask II was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes his crimes alive.
Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten. What is that? That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. The embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts. Agent Long, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment of people who have confessed to their crime. That's the court's job. Urgh. And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Long. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts. That arrogance and your expression, that's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands. These crimes you speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game. These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he's one of those who cannot be brought into court. You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you.
Now let's calm down, bro. It's just another country.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. Is there nothing we can do?
Oh. Right.
I can't believe it, sir. Extraterritoriality.
That is such a big word.
Yes, and there's nothing we can really do about that. In the end, we didn't have enough authority to bring him to justice.
I can't believe that even though we know he's the boss, we can't lay a finger on him.
I know. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sorry to skip out on you, but I've got some business to take care of.
If we can't even give an evil guy like him a slap on the wrist, then what the heck were laws created for? What good are they? If the law can't help us, then I'll go as the Yatakarasu and take care of this myself.
Don't you dare! Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. That was a bit too harsh. I know how you feel, sir. We're trying to take on an ambassador, after all. And he did tell us earlier to get out of the theater. This is kind of their country, I guess. But I feel like I've been slapped across the face for just doing my job. What am I going to do? Should I retreat for now and formulate a better plan to attack?
Come on, everyone. We can't give up yet.
Okay.
I want you to think about something for a sec. We've never let up for even a second, and as long as we don't stop investigating, we might find the rotten treasure hidden here.
She's right!
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're right, Kay. Very well. Let us reopen the investigation and see what we find. Come on, Kay.
Right behind you.
Okay, and I'll go check out Babal a bit more, sir.
And I have something that I need to investigate further in Alabast.
Now then, before I gather any more information, I should do a bit of housekeeping.
Passion Flowers data erased from my organizer.
Master Alba seemed agitated over something. I sense there is something he doesn't want us to investigate.
I wonder why.
There are 2 special circumstances that surround the ambassador. First, the embassy itself has extraterritorial rights. If something happens on Alabastian soil, we are unable to legally prosecute him.
Cool! Sounds like embassies are the perfect place to steal whatever you want.
And Murder Damas II run a smuggling operation and make counterfeit bills, apparently.
But I thought all the counterfeiting was done by Mr. Cochin and Babal.
Yes, he apparently used the embassy's coupon printing press to do it.
Use Bobbly's embassy's printing press and Bobbly's ink to make counterfeit bills.
But it's the same story over there anyway. Babal also has extraterritorial rights. Which brings me to my next point. The ambassador's extraterritorial rights. Those rights are effective even in our own country.
Really?
No matter what happens, he can never be tried in our courts. He retains some very special rights indeed. Basically, no matter what wrongs he may commit, we can't bring him to trial here.
So I guess we really don't stand a chance, do we?
Might stand a chance if we can somehow nullify either one of his special rights.
Okay.
This was taken just before the two ambassadors gave their bouquets to the Steel Samurai. Wait, is it just my imagination? Or is there something in this picture that I've seen before?
Yes, sir. Right here.
It appears to be a bouquet of Persian cyclamens and roses.
Wow, you even know the exact species? I never would have figured you for an expert on flowers.
It's all because of those flowers that old lady sends me every month. Just look at me. I sound like some sort of botanist.
So, what exactly is this yellow flower here?
That one, I'm not sure.
What? You don't know?
As far as I can recall, I've never seen a flower like this before. But I feel as though I've seen this shape somewhere before.
Deduce. Guitar pick.
Could this piece of evidence be related to this photo somehow?
Huh? Well... What? What? Okay. Okay, then. Alright, Edgeworth.
These flowers were sent by Global Studios.
Global Studios?
It's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They've been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio's being remodeled.
Oh, I read about that in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What was its name?
You mean Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory.
Never underestimate my powers of recollection.
Okay.
Flowers were sent by a variety of people and businesses to celebrate the Goodwill event. Even the Steel Samurai received some flowers from the ambassadors.
There's so many bouquets here. It's like a wedding ceremony.
I believe the flowers for these are for a slightly different reason.
What do you mean? This event was supposed to be like a wedding between Alabasta and Babal, right?
Actually, I believe they're more in a state of divorce.
Okay then, this event was supposed to be their remarriage ceremony.
I suppose you could call it that.
Okay. Agitated Alba...
Optipod.
Why won't they let me do the guitar pick? It's also wet for some reason. Is it like the knife handle, maybe? Do I not have the knives anymore? They took my knives from me! Maybe it's this. Okay. I'm gonna save here, though. I'm losing too many lives. Yeah. Okay. Huh? It's the knife handle. I'm gonna save here. Okay. Mr. Polino has a really great smile, don't you think? I bet he was really happy that they were going to become Cadopia again.
Perhaps, but instead he became the greatest victim in today's case. An ambassador like him, who's always thinking of his country, is really to be admired.
Yeah, although this happened, I hope they'll be able to reunite the country someday.
I hope so as well, but for that to happen, we need to solve this case first.
We need to see to it that those guys who would want to harm the new Cadopia are locked away. And we will. There's that
troublemaker standing there smack in the center, making two peace signs.
Wow, the Steel Samurai stands out even more than the two ambassadors in this picture. Oh hey, the person playing the Steel Samurai is one of your friends, right? Wait, but you just said he. You knew which gender he was, so you must know him, right?
I beg that you please refrain from talking about that person with me ever again.
I can't believe he was pretending to be a harmless old grandpa. Talk about deceptive.
I don't suppose anyone expected him to change that drastically.
I bet he's thinking of something evil behind that cheery smile.
Okay, please try to remain calm and focused on the here and now.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry I got all worked up there. Well, the only way we're going to be able to steal the truth is if we keep on investigating. I swear it's this thing. It's the freaking guitar pick. It's... Ah! Screaming, crying, throwing up, rolling on the floor. What is going on here? Okay, deduce. What do I have? Aha, knife. There we go, okay.
The ball's national symbol is the butterfly and Alabasta is the flower. It would appear that someone is employing the old hide a tree in a forest trick.
What are you mumbling to yourself about? Wait, what? The handle on the knife. Ah!
Yes, it's the handle that was supposed to be on the blade that killed Mr. Cochin. The weapon that killed him was carried through the Theatum Neutralis. In the very bouquet Ambassador Alba was carrying.
Taken at the Theatum Neutralis, the murder weapon can be seen in Mr. Alba's bouquet.
The flower motif. It looks like one of the flower petals is missing.
Oh, and take a look at the weapon itself. It's missing the exact same petal.
The knife in this photo is most definitely the same as this murder weapon.
Blade determined to be Alabastian. The flower motif's petals are separate. Okay. Maybe counterfeiting and renovation?
We know that the counterfeit bills were printed using the embassy's press, but the necessary materials, such as the Bobolese ink and paper, must have been hidden in a secure location. But what do you think would have happened if the renovation had begun?
Well, he probably had to find a better hiding place or get rid of it all.
Right, so we can assume that the renovation was the cause of the plate and bills disposal, and the reason Mr. Cochin was killed as the ringleader of the smuggling operation. Based on what we know, what do you think was the one with the most who do you think was the one with the most to gain?
Callias Polino, Manny Cochin, or Quercus Alba? Gain what? I am confusion. But I'm going to assume
it's the one person who's been erasing all evidence of the smuggling operation from both embassies, the co-conspirator who is mopping up Ambassador Alba. Ambassador Alba had a very strong motive to kill Manny Cochin.
Alba could conveniently place all the guilt for the smuggling onto Cochin.
The cause of Ambassador Alba's agitation, the rotten treasure we may find, and the motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Miss Yu said herself that she didn't kill anyone tonight. If we were to take her words at face value, then the reason for the ambassador's nervousness can only be one thing. He didn't want us to discover the real circumstances under which Mr. Cochin was killed.
Then you mean Ambassador Alba's the real killer? But I thought the two of them were friends.
Maybe they were, but what if Mr. Cochin was the one who first betrayed their friendship?
Oh, I get it. Wasn't Mr. Cochin pushing really hard for Mr. Polino to be the ambassador after the reunification?
Yes, and that was the real reason why he wanted to steal Alabast's Primadux statue.
So Mr. Cochin hired Damask II to go steal it for him. Yippee! Hi, Gray, how are you? But when Ambassador Alba found out that what he was up to, he killed Mr. Cochin.
It is definitely a possibility at this point.
Those two really were thinking of no one but themselves. But the question now is, how did he do it? Ambassador Alba was in Alabast, but Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Babal, right?
Right, and that is what we must solve next. Believe we now understand.
Doing good, been storming here, so I'm enjoying that. That's good. We're also apparently approaching monsoon season. I've heard that it's gonna rain, like, all week. Yippee! I don't mind the rain as long as I'm not out in it, so. Yeah.
Why Ambassador Alba was so nervous and agitated must have something to do with where Mr. Cochin was killed. A place where the Alabastrian ambassador was likely to meet the Bobolese Mr. Cochin. The place where Ambassador Alba happened to have committed the murder is...
Here.
Take that!
The only place that makes sense is here, at the Theater Neutralis.
What? Here?
The Goodwill event was being held here today, correct? So the only place that the both of them would have been in is here.
But if that's the case, then everything changes. This theater isn't actually Alabastian land. So that wipes out one of the extraterritorial rights he has.
It makes logical sense, in which case it is a reason for us to investigate further.
So what should we check out?
Let's see. I believe we should check the immigration records for both Alabast and Babal post-haste. Babal's records should be easy to obtain. However, the problem will be Alabast. I wonder if they would allow us to see their records despite the order to vacate.
Hi, Queen. I'm already one step ahead of you. Miles Edgeworth.
Francisca.
I have here the security footage from both Alabast and Babal. You would do well to take a look at its contents. Footage of the entranceways into Babal and Alabast from the Theater Neutralis.
We move fast.
Avon Karma strives to be perfect in every way. It's not in my nature to keep on retreating like this. I took the liberty of looking over the Babal investigation reports as well. From now on, you will make no excuse to back down or say that we can't solve this case.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We won't be beaten, because my cute little subordinate is going to try his very best, isn't he?
Hasn't she patronized me enough already for a lifetime? So this video contains footage from Alabast immigration screening area.
I really hope there's something in here that we can use. "5:21 p.m. 5:22 p.m. 5:23 p.m.
Which minute's footage should I examine?
This one. Baby.
Doesn't something about this lump's shape strike you as odd?
Huh? Isn't it supposed to be this shape?
No, there's clearly something odd about the bulge. If only we had the pushcart itself, we could compare and confirm my hunch.
Steel Samurai pushed this to Alabast from the dressing room. The bulge is unnatural.
Next, let us check the footage from Babal's security camera.
I hope it shows us something good. 5:25 p.m. Phooey. There wasn't a single sign of a suspicious person or anything.
That right there is the contradiction.
Huh? Did I miss something?
You didn't miss anything because there was nothing to miss. However, what is missing is the image of Mr. Cochin entering his own country.
But wasn't his body found in Babal?
It would appear that the true face of our final puzzle has finally revealed itself.
Yippee!
Oh, thank goodness. Ambassador Alba. I thought I had asked for you and your group to vacate the premises, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I thought I should let you know that this theater sits on my country's soil. You've had your fun, and I've enjoyed our little game. I dare say that you've achieved a new high score, even. However, once you have recorded a score, that same game can never be replayed again. You understand what I'm saying to you? Your game is done, and it's game over. No.
Where do you think you're going at this time of night?
After admitting to my crime, I was overcome with regret. So I'm heading to the airport now to return home. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. There are still too many issues we need to discuss with you. You can't stop me, Mr. Edgeworth, and you know it. Please, may I have a bit of your time, Ambassador Alba? Ambassador Paulino! Even just a teeny tiny bit is fine with me. The already strained relationship between our countries is in a precarious situation, you know. Very well, if you insist. I will play just one more round with them and see what they want. Not that they'll get any further. Ambassador Paulino. Mr. Edgeworth. All I wish is for the normalization of relationships between our two countries. But there is one person standing in the way of that dream. I believe in you. You'll do what's right.
Imagine Alba being someone's hear me out. Ugh! Ugh! No!
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
I feel like that's almost as bad as Old Bag, you know?
Now then, What is it you wanted to ask me about? I do have a flight to catch, after all.
How convenient that you have a plane all lined up for you. I guess he is an ambassador, though.
So I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit you to just one question. That's more than enough, because I only have one question anyway. I want to hear your alibi and how you couldn't have killed Mr. Manny Cochin. I see. You seem to have a good hand this time around. This should be fun. This really is the very last chance we have to bring him down. I won't allow even an atom-sized contradiction to slip by.
Alright, Edgeworth. Lock in. Ambassador Alba's alibi. That's a lot of A's.
Frankly, I still don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicion here. Under your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Cochin and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point, I was in Alabas the whole time. So it's simply not possible for me to have killed him in Babal. That is my alibi. So that is your alibi? That is correct. It's simply not possible for me to have committed a crime in Babal. Now that we have cleared that up, I'd appreciate it if you would move out of my way.
Hold it!
I said hold it! What is it this time? I thought I told you I'd only allow one question. You did. Oh. But you still have yet to really answer my one question. What? Until you tell us the truth, I will refuse to budge an inch from where I'm standing. Very well. I'll play with you just a little longer.
Miles Edgeworth, as my subordinate and representative of this country's prosecutors, you are forbidden to lose.
Of course. That is something I've understood from the start.
That guy's the one who ordered my father killed, isn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
The goal of the first Yatakarasu was to capture the smuggling ring's leader. My father and Uncle Bad. Their legacy will live on. Through me. So that's why we just gotta catch him, okay?
We will, I promise. Now, Ambassador Alba, let's have at the truth now, shall we? No matter how many times you ask, my answer remains the same.
Okay. I was in Alabas the whole time, okay.
And what exactly did you do while you were in Alabast? I had a meeting with the Steel Samurai, and then I arranged a few files. Around that time, that thief who was sneaking in took me by surprise.
Are you saying that it was Demac II that made the first move?
Yes, and it was after I was attacked that I hit him on the head with the Primadux statue. Unfortunately, he died from the blow, but it was an act of justified self-defense. Calling it that doesn't cover up what you really did. Ha 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 ha. Cover up. No, my boy. I'm not covering up anything. I'm telling the truth.
You weren't planning to admit it, which is why you tried to frame the Steel Samurai. If you weren't an ambassador, I'd be letting my whip fly loose on you right now.
I'm terribly sorry that I didn't clean up the body better, but I'm a busy man. I had a speech to give in that rose garden after that, you know.
Objection!
Yet despite that, you still had time to kill Mr. Cochin, didn't you?
Objection!
Oh my gosh, he has a voice line, I forgot.
Man is evil, and I'm sure you're familiar with the facts, but Mr. Cochin was killed in Babal while I was all the way in Alabast.
Hold it!
You insist that it's not possible for you to have killed Mr. Cochin in Babal, and you were correct. Oh, I thought you would put up a bit more of a fight, but if you must concede to me... The one thing I am conceding is that it's not possible for you to kill him in Babal. I am not conceding that your alibi is the truth. Oh, I see. However, no matter how you try, know that you can't crush my alibi. You would be wise not to underestimate a prosecutor of this country.
Japanifornia.
We'll see about that.
I guess if it's country... Is Japanifornia a country? If it's Japan, it's a country. If it's California, it's not.
So Mr. Cochin was a friend of Ambassador Alba.
If that's true, then why did the ambassador kill him? It's not like in the case of my father where he ordered someone to do it. The problem we have here is that we don't know what their exact relationship was.
Indeed. If they had complete trust in each other, then there's no motive for murder. However, both men were very selfish, and I believe this is where his motive arose.
From this is where his motive arose.
Hold it!
Not a hypothesis. Earlier, we proved it to be what happened. Well, let's leave that one to the side for now, because it doesn't change the fact that I have no motive. Oh, so you really had no reason to kill Mr. Cochin? Want to suppose I had one, then why not? I'll indulge you. After all, this is nothing more than a silly game to me. Even if that is how you see things, I'd appreciate it if you would take me seriously. I'm sorry. I suppose you're in a bit of a pickle. Very well. A game is no fun if the playing field isn't level. Therefore, I formally claim that I had no motive to kill. Now let's see you disprove it. How could he stand there looking proud when he knows he killed another human being? Well, I'm not going to stand by and just watch him get away with his crimes.
Okay, what motive would I have had to kill my co-conspirator?
Oh.
What do I have? Lump, security footage, commemorative photo. Two countries share this building with borders. Do I have anything about the... I don't think I do. Bills, no. This?
Objection!
Aha!
Want to know, I believe you did have a motive to kill. It was because Mr. Cochin had betrayed you. But you had your own reason too. Namely, you wanted to pin the smuggling all on him. Evil begets evil, and because you were trying to test each other, it turned into this mess.
Objection!
I don't believe this. You have a bad penchant for telling tall tales, Mr. Prosecutor. And if you're not, then I suppose you have some proof to support your argument. I never use guesswork in moving my cases forward. It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand. Shall we take a look at it? The contents of this note. The content of this note is a request calling for the theft of Alabas Primadux statue. By killing him and pushing all of the guilt for the smuggling onto him, you walk away spotless. I believe you understand what I'm driving at. You had more than a few reasons to kill him.
Objection!
Finish with your hypothesizing. Excuse me? Let's suppose I did have a motive. Even so, a motive or a thought alone can't kill. That right. I didn't expect him to resort to playing the semantics game with me. It appears that this is where the real battle will begin. Now then, if you will excuse me. Wait, what? I told you at the very beginning, didn't I? You only get one question. Ambassador Alba, if you could please give us just a bit more of your time. It doesn't matter what kind of man Manny was. He was my subordinate. Which is why I would like for us to figure out the real cause of his death.
I like how Polino is completely unfazed that Alba is now standing up straight and looking like a general. It's like he knew the entire time.
That is something for Babal to figure out, and something to which I have no relation to.
So cutesy.
Now he's even turning down a request from Ambassador Polino. I'm very sorry, but it seems that now even my voice falls on deaf ears.
There's no need for you to apologize, Ambassador Polino.
We must find some way to stop him from leaving. It seems there are no further objections. In that case, please allow me to return home.
Polino's very baby girl. He is. Silly little guy. Who's holding it? Hold it right there, Ambassador Alba.
Kay.
Like I said, Mr. Edgeworth, the Yatagarasu's legacy will live on through me.
Yes, but how do you suggest we stop him from leaving?
You just leave that to me. Ambassador Alba, do you recognize this?
No, and why should I recognize that tattered old organizer? Wait, where have I seen that before?
That's a clue my father, Byrne Faraday, left for us.
You say Byrne Faraday?
Mr. Faraday's organizer. Don't tell me this is the one from the second KG-8 incident.
On which he wrote about the Yatagarasu's key.
Yes, this organizer belonged to the prosecutor you had Miss Yu kill 7 years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You say that like it was related to me.
Inside this organizer, he wrote up every detail of every evil thing you did.
What an amusing little girl you are. But that sort of trickery won't work on me.
If you won't believe me, then take a look at this.
What is that toy there?
This thievery device was used by the Yatagarasu, or rather, by my father.
Where's the dramatic wind coming from?
7 years ago, he used this when he snuck into this embassy.
What?
These 2 pieces of evidence that hold information the Yatagarasu dug up on you. If you go home right now, I won't hesitate to send it all to Alabast right behind you.
Little girl, get to the point.
I want you to go up against Mr. Edgeworth one more time. If you win, then I'll hand over these 2 pieces of evidence.
Yatagarasu, ever the thorn in my side. Hey, does that organizer really contain any information on his dirty dealings?
It's nothing case-breaking, really.
Ah, then it was just a bluff.
Even if it was, we still can't let all the info my father and Uncle Bad found go to waste. Plus, just the existence of Little Thief is troublesome enough for him.
Those 2 pieces,
aren't they keepsakes of your father? It's okay. I believe in Mr. Edgeworth. He'll come out on top in the end.
Hey.
When the going gets tough, someone's gotta be there to put the wind back in your sails.
After all this time, you're still quite the feisty one. I applaud your powerful nature. I refuse to lose this too. Ambassador Alba, you won't be returning home until you give us further testimony. How dare you all, barring a person like me. Ambassador Alba, your testimony, if you please. Right, but this is the absolute last. Then, even if you use all the power of Ambassador Polino's office, you won't stop me. Can't let this opportunity Kay has created for me go to waste. Alba's Alibi Part 2. Last time I met with Mr. Cochin was here at the Theatum Neutralis. After that, I was in Alabast for the rest of the time, as I stated earlier. In any case, I did not see Mr. Cochin again after that. But you see, there's no time span in which I could have killed him. Wouldn't you agree? Now, since you people were practically begging, I'll allow you to question me.
What an arrogant old man.
Yes, but no matter. We can't allow this chance to escape us. I will warn you, though. You've reached the end of my patience. Waste my time and with any inane questions, and you will be punished. Oh, so any needless pressing or presenting will hurt our case. In that case, the only thing you could do is present the correct evidence. Understood? Of course. I don't intend to let him intimidate me. I know Mr. Cochin was killed before he returned to Babal. In which case, there is only one statement to which I need to present the evidence. Edgeworth says that, but I'm scared. Okay. Last time I met with Mr. Cochin was here at the Theater Neutralis. After that, I was in Alabasta the rest of the time, as I stated earlier. In any case, I did not see Mr. Cochin again after that. So you see, there is no time span in which I could have killed him. Okay, so it's probably this one. Okay. I don't have an autopsy report. Screams. Okay. Is it the security footage? Because bro never went back.
commemorative photo was taken at the Theater Neutralis, and you can see the murder weapon here, but, like, does that prove the time span? I don't know.
Objection!
Nope! This is why we save, guys. Alright, I'll try the commemorative photo, I guess.
Objection!
Okay, I was close. I'd like you to take a look at this picture. A rather nice picture, isn't it? It was to commemorate the restoration of relations between our nations. Oh, it's commemorative, all right. One that captures the proof I need to show you that it was you who committed the murder. Come again. This is the night that killed Mr. Cochin. I see you recognize it, as well you should, for it was you who brought it to this theater. You hid it among the flowers you were to give to the Steel Samurai, meaning that you killed Manny Cochin here at the theater. It's time for me to catch my flight.
Objection!
Bruh, we're not through yet.
Objection!
It's game over for you, Mr. Edgeworth, but I thank you for the entertainment. No matter how passionately you orate, the end result will be the same. I won't be returning to this country ever again. That's right. This man is an ambassador, and he has extraterritorial rights. No matter how hard we chase after him, we won't be able to have him tried in court. Yes, that's exactly the face you should be making. The face of a worthless cur. Oh! Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I must bid you farewell. The courts. Is there no one who can lay a finger on this man? Is this really the end? That's my boy! Look at him go! Agent Long. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Prosecutor. Get out of my way. My plane is scheduled to take off soon. Would be a shame if it took off without you. Sorry, but you're not going anywhere, Mr. Alba. I'm through playing games with you people. Can't touch me. If you do, it would spark an international incident, Agent Long. Sorry, but no, it wouldn't. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Good job holding the fort down until I got back. So, Mr. Alba, your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. What do you mean, revoked? Spare me this nonsense and let me through. Lang Zi says, before aiming for the throat, chew the neck shield off first. Interpol headquarters in the Imperial Household of the Kingdom of Alabast. Took a while to get things rolling, but they finally moved on it. Imperial Household? What have you done? You've been relieved of your duties as ambassador, Mr. Alba. What? Effective today. Effective right now. And you have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank for this. The video the Yatakarasu protected. You can't be arrested simply because you're an ambassador. In that case, I thought I'd strip you of that title. You underestimated me, a descendant of the founder of detainment philosophy, Lang Zi. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world have really paid off. Bro shriveled. It can't be. I don't believe this. My ambassadorship has been revoked. Looks like you've finally come to grips with your new standing. Woohoo! Looks like he's turned docile again. He's probably in shock from the loss of his shield. What a shame. I had so wanted to use my whip on him. Why is this happening to me? I'm just a hard-working, honest ambassador. Do you really think you could still pull that on us now? We've already ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are, Mr. Alba. He has a lot of teeth.
No, I won't be stopped now. He still intends to fight us. So what if I'm no longer an ambassador? You still don't have any evidence on me. The fact remains that you cannot arrest me. I'd expect no less from you. The boss of the smuggling ring. Well, the rest is up to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Understood. You say that I killed Mr. Cochin in the theater. But even if that's true, that there was a knife in my bouquet, I left that bouquet in the theater. So anyone could have taken it out from there and used it, right? Besides, the claim that he was killed here itself is odd. After all, wasn't his body discovered in Babal? Are you claiming that I carried his body all the way over there? Preposterous. I'll be the one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready?
Rubbing salt in the wound, bro.
Because this is no game. This is war.
Alba's Alibi Part 3.
Killed Mr. Cochin in this theater using a knife that was stuck in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken the knife from there. Besides, Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Babal, right? There's no way for me to have transported his body from the theater to Babal.
Perm.
Look, don't you think you've had enough fun with me? You've already stolen my ambassadorship from me. Would you have me surrender too?
Yes, actually.
You have no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know that a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you? As if I care. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, boot this guy out of the embassy and we can finally end everything. No, and I will give it my all to see that he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he's just another witness.
Yes, just another witness. All right, what are we waiting for? Let's get this guy.
Get him good. Wonder if they understand that all I can do is present evidence to the testimony.
No, Edgeworth, throw hands. I want you to beat him up.
Right.
Okay. I believe the odd lump is what we need to present here. Teehee.
Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look. What is that supposed to be? It's footage from a security camera that captured the state of the immigration area. I congratulate you on getting your hands on it.
Just letting you know that we're not the only ones watching your every movement.
Thank you for the warning. Now if you could please take a good look at this section here. This lump here inside the pushcart. Do you know what was causing it? Should I? Because I don't. In that case, allow me to enlighten you. This is the cause of the unnatural lump under the cloth in the pushcart. Body. What is the meaning of showing me that? It is to say that the unnatural bulge in the pushcart is Mr. Cochin's body. You add the steel samurai, wheel his body away from the real crime scene. What a guess. But I wonder if you have any evidence to support it. I admit that for now it is but a hypothesis. However, if you can't prove it, then I'm afraid I must be on my way. Don't have any more time to play with you people. What a hero. Sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Gummy?
Detective Gumshoe, is that the Steel Samurai's pushcart? Yes, sir! I found it in the open-air stage area. So that's where you went. The detective spirit that pops up left me with...
Huh? What?
The detective spirit that Pops left me with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything to the case? Yes, it just might play a major role in solving this case, detective. Something isn't right. I thought that the entire samurai family was an alabast. Where exactly in the open-air staged area did you find this pushcart? Found it just lying there at the edge of the stage, sir. Oh, well, let's leave that for now and examine the inside, Detective. Yes, sir! It's blood! This must be Mr. Cochin's blood, which only goes to prove that Mr. Cochin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. I forced him to move the body into Alabast. What nonsense! Why would I bother to do such a thing? You were scheduled to make a speech in Alabast, meaning it was difficult for you to make a stop in Babal. However, what if you moved the body to Alabast? Because if it was your embassy, you could keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. And then you smuggled it out of Alabast. No! If I can show you how you moved the body from Alabast to Babal, then I win. But you can't! The security between the two countries is incredibly tight. I'll be the one to judge whether I can or cannot prove it. And so I ask you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after you return to Alabast.
Miles Edgeworth, have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved?
To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time. However, I don't believe I've made a mistake in my logic up to this point. Which means...
There's no question that can't be answered, right?
The primitive statue was smuggled successfully through a brief flight through the air. So why shouldn't there be an answer as to how the body was moved? Which means that there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can exploit.
Movements in Alabast.
After I returned to Alabast, I had my picture taken with a Steel Samurai shaking hands. Then, just as I was about to start my speech, the Yatagarasu appeared. Feared for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office. Is that all? Yes, that is all.
Objection!
It looks like you left out a few things, such as the murder of Damask II. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office.
Ah, those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again. I do so hate to waste time. What? You. Is not every life precious? Do you really need me to answer that for you? People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely through society. Then you'd better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction.
He's really full of himself, isn't he?
Yes, he is. How can he be so confident at a time like this? Come on, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you'd like.
Okay, sure.
Hold it!
So why was it only with the Steel Samurai? I thought the Pink Princess was also around. Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time, and the doctors recommended that she rest.
Wow, so you do have a soft side after all.
The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels.
Oh, so you tend to strain your back as well, huh?
But isn't that just because you're normally all hunched over? Did need to keep up the act no matter what, I suppose. The point is not to discuss my back problems. For about 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing for the speech.
Hold it!
That Yatagarasu was just a trick that you had set up. A most amusing joke. And how do you propose that I set it up? If you really want to know, I can explain it in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights in the Rose Garden so that when you were to take the stage, the audience would see the Yatagarasu's shadow. Oh, that's an interesting tale. Sadly, it has nothing to do with me. You, what's it going to take for you to fess up to anything? Very well, let's move on then. After the Yatagarasu appeared, what was the state of the Rose Garden? Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the effort. And then, once everyone was inside, well...
Hold it!
And what happened after you returned to your office? I don't want to keep on repeating this, however, upon my return, I had that stroke of bad luck and bumped into Mask Man.
Objection!
And I don't want to keep on repeating this either, but his name was Damask II.
Who cares what he was called? The time he got to the primitive statue that he was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue.
Oh? I'm pretty sure he was bludgeoned with the real one. Hold on. Yeah. Wait. Used to be real, but had been swapped with a fake from Babal, was used as a weapon. So this is the real one? I think. She's really letting her whip fly now. Eek!
I think the scariest part is her silence while she's doing it. She must be at the limit of her patience as well, but physical attacks are meaningless here. Only the evidence will suffice. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he's actually guilty of anything. Are we finished here?
Miles Edgeworth, can you not come up with how the body was moved to Babal? Sir! Mr. Edgeworth!
They're proving so much. Is he going to get away with it? Is this the end?
Who is this? Oh, okay. It appears that we made it just in time. It would be a great honor if you would allow us to be your allies in battle. Evil Magistrate, it's time for you to pay. It's the Steel Samurai? No, you're mistaken, for I am Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy. Edgy Poo!
Oh! The two people that I wanted to see the least. Larry! What are you two doing here?
Way to show your gratitude, Edgy! We just wanted to help! Yeesh! I'm gonna get the bad guy with a single thrust of my...
Go away!
How could you be so mean to us, Edgy Poo? All three of us came to lend a hand, and this is how you treat us!
Well, isn't this grand? And I see they managed to find the Iron Infant. Does that really matter right now?
Hey! Is it just me, or is the Iron Infant completely soaked? Oh, yeah! I found him in Babal, but he was in the middle of the pool.
Wait a second. Larry, go back to what you just said.
Huh? Oh, it appears that...
Not that far back. Something about finding the Iron Infant in Babal. And he found it in a pool. I don't recall there being one in Babal.
Oh, that! Well, I was in Alabas the whole time, so I have no idea how the Iron Infant wound up in Babal. I thought I'd lost him in the Rose Garden, but I guess maybe this cute kid can swim, huh?
Wait, what? Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure, but I found him in...
That's enough, Larry. The Iron Infant that Larry lost managed to move between the two countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant was found soaked in the middle of a pool. This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggling route between the countries. The key to the route the Iron Infant took to travel from Alabas to Babal is... the Yatakarasu, bilateral symmetry, and counterfeiting. Bilateral symmetry. That's right. This embassy was built with bilateral symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! There's a location I wish for you to examine post-haste. It is where I believe the route used to smuggle Mr. Cochin's body lies. Does something like that really exist, sir? An embassy built on bilateral symmetry, meaning that this is where we need to examine. Right here.
Take that!
Yes, sir! I'll be back before you know it! It's too late. It doesn't matter now what you do. It's all a waste of time. You will stay here with us and wait. I'm surprised Edgeworth's ringtone is not the Steel Samurai. I guess he has a reputation to uphold, though. This is Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth! It's here, sir! There's a reservoir here, just like in the Rose Garden. Just as I suspected.
What is it?
Two sides of this embassy are mirror images of each other, which means that there is also a pool at the corresponding location on the Babalese side. Mr. Cochin's body was moved into Babal through the pool in Alabast. Avoiding the topic with a vague answer like that is unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any. The Iron Infant is positively soaked in water. Why do you think that is? It's because he was fished out of a pool, and not just any pool, it was the Babalese one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must be true. The water reservoirs in the two courtyards are connected. And where's your proof that the true sides are connected? The proof is right here before your eyes. The half-drowned Iron Infant. This blasted doll! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back! Hey. Don't tell me you guys figured everything out without me. We did, thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he's just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body just happened to have passed on through Babal. This guy's a doll and he's small, so I believe it can be made. Well, I believe it made it, but he has a point. Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone here understands. Mr. Edgeworth, are you going to next propose that a dead body can swim through a pipe? You see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man is far from over. Agent Long.
Why is he helping Mr. Alba out now?
He's not. He realized a flaw in my argument and is helping to move the logic along. In which case, I should return the favor and find an answer. And another thing. Mr. Cochin's body was found in his office in Babal. So what happened to his body after it was transported to the open-air stage? Mr. Alba had an accomplice in Babal, remember? You mean Sheena, right? With her there, you could see how it was possible to move the body up to the office. You're seriously claiming that she swam through the connecting pipe with the body?
He's right. Miss Sheena would drown if she did that.
It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe. It looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is still only half-baked. In the end, it's all just the befuddled musings of an accusatory man. Now, now then, I believe you should give up and allow me passage.
My voice.
Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transporting the body. What? Mr. Prosecutor, recall Sheena's movements. What was happening in the embassy around the time Miss Sheena was in Babal?
If only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool.
Get rid of the water? Ha! That's it. Now I believe this time we're really done, right? Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba. You are a most persistent man. You saying that you've thought of a way to move the body through the water. Move the body through the water? That is completely unrelated to how it was done. Excuse me. The reason I say that is because there wasn't any water there at the time. What do you mean there wasn't any water? Just what it sounds like. Tonight's events made it possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be moved. Blah, 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 blah. Fire.
Take that.
Tonight, the Yatagarasu set fire to a variety of locations in the Babalese embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. If enough water was drained, the connecting pipe could be used to traverse the border. So what? The water level went down. The reservoirs are connected. Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this.
I mean, we could go check right now.
Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in a game, there comes a critical game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall that you must overcome in order to beat the game. I haven't lost yet. I found the route you used to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat. Even if all the water was used by the firefighting effort, you still can't really call that a smuggling route. I know that. I should have figured that you would notice. Hey, Mr. Alba, how deep are those pools anyway? I'll have you know those pools are extremely deep. And there are no ladders or footholds along the walls either. It would be difficult for Sheena to hold the body and climb up out of the pool. Ladders or footholds along the walls? There was no need for such things. What do you mean? If one were to use a certain something, they could go up or down in the pool at will. Oh, looks like you've got the answer already. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already. The way in which Miss Sheena and the body were able to rise up to the ground level. If there was a way to control the water level, that would be the way the body was moved. This was used so the body and Miss Sheena could move up and down in the pool.
Take that!
Mr. Alba used the fountain spouts, in a manner of speaking. Use the fountain spouts? How so? The water level in the pools can be controlled by opening and closing the spouts. Miss Sheena and the body were lifted upwards by their buoyancy in water. The fire on the Bobolese side and the firefighting effort. These were all set in motion for the sake of smuggling Mr. Cochin's body. Grr. Shall I show you where the final destination of my train of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spouts in advance, in preparation of things to come. Then he took the pushcart that was brought to the rose garden, and pushed it, along with the iron infant and Mr. Cochin's body, into the pool. At the time, Miss Sheena was busy conveniently starting the first fire in Babal. Then, she made for the open-air stage's pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the firefighters used the water in that pool, the water level went down. And by the time the fire was put out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed. This is when she pushed the pushcart from Alabasta into Babal. Once that was accomplished, Mr. Alba simply opened the fountain spouts once more. And the water level rose up to its original level, along with Miss Sheena and the body. After that, Miss Sheena used the pushcart to carry the body up to the Secretariat's office. There's an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see, even with her small frame, she could have easily transported Mr. Cochin's body. And that's why the elevator was in use. And that wraps up my thorough explanation of how the body was moved. No! Well, ex-Ambassador Alba, what do you think? Not so untouchable without your precious extraterritorial rights to protect you, are you?
I knew you could do it, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to fight back.
You accuse me of moving the body across country lines, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me.
The nitty-gritty? What does the old man want now?
Proof, I believe, is what he seeks. Yes, proof. Without any, who's to say whether or not any of what you just said really happened?
He wants proof? What are you going to do, Mr. Edgeworth?
No need to worry. I've had all the proof we need all along. The body wasn't the only thing to go through the pools connecting the pipes tonight. Just as Detective Gumshoe found the pushcart in the open-air stage area, so too did I find one other item there. That piece of evidence is what'll prove that the pools were the smuggling route. This was another thing that was smuggled over to the Babal's open-air stage.
Take that!
What exactly is this? You have no idea, do you? This little piece that I found on the Bobolese side will be your undoing. Tarpic. Would you care to explain how that is going to do me in, as it were? Much to your chagrin, perhaps, but this is not a guitar pick. What? This is something I found at the open-air stage, which was transported with the body. I naturally assumed that you would recognize it, since you took a photo with it, after all. But since you don't, allow me to show you what this fragment from the stage area belongs to.
Take that!
Let us take a good look at the murder weapon that was used to kill Manny Cochin. On the handle of this knife, there's a beautifully blooming flower. However, it would appear that it's missing a single petal. Now let's see what happens when we try to fit this pick in that open slot.
It's a perfect fit.
I assumed that the petal must have fallen off the flower during Mr. Cochin's murder. And then it was accidentally placed into the pushcart along with Mr. Cochin's body. That's Interesting story, nothing more. Oh, I assure you, it's more than just a story. Because for some odd reason, this flower petal was wet when I found it. Wet, you say? Yes, and the only place it could have gotten wet from is the open-air stage's pool. Now I ask you, how did a part of the weapon which was smuggled into the theater wind up in the open-air stage area on the bubbly side of the embassy? I don't think I need to waste any words explaining this, as the petal explains it all for me. It proves that someone went from the Rose Garden's pool on through into Babal. Impossible! The people of Zhongfa have been waiting to see you face to face, Mr. Alba. I'll tell everyone back at home we'll be there soon. You should be happy. Why? Why? It's a little late to be asking that question. You should have known from the very beginning. When you took your first life. No matter how you may plot, or how you may try to cover it all up. You can never hide from your crime and what you've done. Because we're here to see to it that justice is served to people like you. Can't call what you've given a perfect argument.
You know, I don't think this guy's going to ever admit to his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth. Because he values himself above all else. People who can't be negotiated with are people who refuse to admit when they've lost. I don't believe those kinds of people really exist because everyone breaks eventually.
You're right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all the evidence I have. I'll use it all until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more. Again? This really will be the end of the line.
Huh?
Well, lock in, guys. The final testimony for Alba. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more. As if there's anything else for me to testify about. I still have yet to fully prove that it was Mr. Alba who murdered Mr. Cochin. Well, I would like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. I wonder if you could tell us about what you did here at the Theater Neutralis. Very well. I suppose I could tell you about that. Because about all I did was watch the Steel Samurai stage show. Elaborating on that even that alone is good enough for me. The only way for me to place this man under arrest is to pinpoint the exact location of where the murder took place, for that is the key to this investigation. Steel Samurai show. I watched from the last row. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? Those moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. So you were in the theater proper? Watching the Steel Samurai stage show, were you? Of course I was. I have great fondness for the Steel Samurai.
Yeah, I was pretty cool up there, wasn't I?
You're not the one who was cool. It was the Steel Samurai who was cool.
Yeah, and the Steel Samurai's special finishing move today was really something, huh? Hey, Edgy! Who is she? Who's the super cute girl? She is a child. Larry, calm down. She is 17.
She's been standing here this whole time, and only now he notices her. Her name is Kay Faraday, and she's helping me in my investigation.
Sorry I didn't get to introduce myself earlier, but better late than never. Yeah, it's okay. I'm Larry Butts. Silence in the peanut gallery. This is no time for such trivialities at a time like this.
Mr. Prosecutor, this is the final battle. You got that? No, this is the end. For that man there. Now that's the kind of thing I like to hear. I think I'll give trusting you a try, Mr. Prosecutor. Or rather, Mr. Edgeworth. I leave this critical battle up to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Have no fear. I will finish the job.
Besties.
This really is the endgame. Time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies.
Alright. You remember the show? Prove it.
Well, I remember the contents of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice.
Miles Edgeworth, don't allow yourself to be riled up by him at this important juncture.
I wasn't planning to let him.
Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Steel Samurai expert around here. And didn't you think the climatic scene of today's show was just totally awesome?
Yes, I remember that well. And that spectacular special move. The way you deliver the final blow against the evil magistrate. Early summer rain jab. Oh, that scene will live on in my heart forever.
Is that how it went? I totally forgot about that.
How can you forget your own special moves? That's the special attack that the Steel Samurai uses when he's using the Samurai Spear. Yes, and today was the first time they showed it off, was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? I suppose you are correct, but if you could, please elaborate on this point for me.
One of the scenes of the never-before-seen early summer rain jab move. Is that so? I beg to differ.
Objection!
Silly man. The special move today was the early summer rain jab. Is that your final answer?
Objection!
Little irritating gnat. Do you think you can trip me up by asking the same question over and over? That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this. Samurai spear. What about it? This spear actually never made it on stage today. Excuse me! Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Having said that, said useless man bent the spear during his rehearsal this evening. Kay, do you remember what the Steel Samurai's special move was tonight?
Larry the Goober, indeed. It was the Steel Samurai Sushi Slash.
Ah! Correct. Because he couldn't use the spear, a last-minute change was made. Had you really been watching the show, you would have known the move that was used. Porcus Alba, you didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai stage show tonight, did you?
Because it was a complete train wreck.
So if he wasn't watching the show tonight,
then it opens up the possibility that he was busy killing Mr. Kochin instead.
So where were you during the show? I demand an answer, now! Just what is so funny? You're so sloppy.
Ooh. Excuse me.
So are your conclusions. I still insist that I watch the show, or most of it in any case. What do you mean by most of it? You see, during the show, I left my seat for a spell to visit the bathroom. I assumed that was when the dramatic scene was played on the onstage. That's the lousiest, lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal! Just because he got the name of the move wrong. We can't really use that as proof that he didn't watch the show at all. As a fan of the Steel Samurai, I'd wanted to watch the entire show. Honest. As a Steel Samurai fan, for someone who wasn't even in a seat for the climax of the show, you have no right to call yourself a Steel Samurai fan, ever. Edgeworth would know.
Who was that just now? It would be I, young lady.
Larry, what are you doing interrupting me like that?
Edgy, please, hold on for a second, I beg. You may never accept this old man as a Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel Samaniac.
What exactly is a Steel Samaniac, pal?
I believe he meant to say Steel Samurai Maniac. Yeah, and trust me, I know a real fan when I see one because I'm the Steel Samurai.
I will never acknowledge you as the true Steel Samurai.
What are you getting so worked up over, Mr. Edgeworth?
It appears that the real Steel Samurai recognizes me as a fan. Well, as he should, for I am a fan. It's not as though I missed the entire show. It was a most amazing show, filled with the spirit of the young and the young at heart.
The sarcasm dripping from his long wooden nose couldn't run any thicker.
Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. Something that links Mr. Alba directly to the murder of Mr. Manny Kochin.
You know what, Gramps? You're really something else.
I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai, but what is it for?
Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the early summer rain jab. That move is a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff know about.
Wait, it was a secret. Larry, wait, what did you just say?
Huh? Did I say something stupid again?
Did you just say that the early summer rain jab was actually a secret?
Well, maybe I shouldn't have said secret. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show. Right before? Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. About 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room's whiteboard. Early summer rain jab. That's kind of how we decided the name of the move. But by that time, I'd already bent the spear, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless.
All of you Steel Samurai actors are the same. The director has my complete sympathy.
Long story short, because we changed the move to the sushi slash, we kind of pretended that the early summer rain jab didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be bad if someone found out we changed the move, so we made it a secret.
So basically, a gag order was issued for the publicity's sake.
It almost makes the early summer rain jab sound like a lost art. Yeah, which is why I think most of the staff haven't even heard of the move.
Hold those lips of yours still.
What the heck, old man?
Done nothing but listen, and from what I can tell, it's all very unrelated to the case. It's also very tedious and a pointless exercise and wasting time, much like a kid's show.
Bruh, you just said you were a fan.
Mr. Alba, I believe you're the one who should be... I believe the one who should be quiet now is you. How dare you! I suspect that you've already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are in this man's testimony. Ha! So now you're trying to bully me, huh? There are no implications to be read into a behind-the-scenes story of a kid's show. Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this, Quirkus Alba. You were the one who said it yourself. The name of the move was Early Summer Rain Jab. But that name was only decided upon right before the show was about to start. So, just what are you driving at? That the name of the move you told us was never used in the show or said aloud. Now then, would you care to tell us about how you found the name of the move? Because I can only think of one way you could have known. Quirkus Alba, this is the only way you could have known the name of the special move. You saw it. You knew the name because you saw it. You saw it on the dressing room's whiteboard. The staff members who knew it were keeping it a secret, so you couldn't have simply got up to a staff member and asked. Which meant that the only other option left is that you saw it on the whiteboard.
So that means that Mr. Alba was there at some point, right?
But what's the big deal, sir? I don't see what that means. There's another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room, so we can't afford to let this slide. This is related to both the dressing room and to Mr. Cochin's murder.
Take that!
The pushcart that was used to move the body was right there in the dressing room. During the show, the pushcart awaited its turn to be pushed on stage in the dressing room. Lump! And it was finally pushed there, along with the Iron Infant in the last scene of the show. And then, right after the show ended, it went into the alabaster along with the Steel Samurai. Which means that the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage.
So basically, the killer had to be someone who visited the dressing room during the show.
Precisely.
Oh, but wait! What if, and this is just a what if the murder took place right in the dressing room?
What do you mean, Kay? I have to admit, she brings up a valid possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people. Slipping undetected in a private dressing room, then, would be as simple as pie.
The killer must have come up with the idea to move the body with a pushcart then, too.
Correct, thus making the theater's dressing room the ideal location for the murder of Manny Cochin. Quirkus Alba, during the show, you went down to the dressing room, and I want to know why. Yes. Yes, I was there. I went into the dressing room.
I knew it! I'm placing you under arrest right now, pal! You got that? Arrest!
Not so fast.
What is it now?
Don't I deserve a chance to explain myself? Explain? What is there to explain? Believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did. Wanted to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, no one was inside. And that was when I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard. You punk. Still trying to get out of this.
Bro, this is literally your embassy. What do you mean you got lost? Do you really think you could get away at this point? Mr. Edgeworth, is there anything you could do to stop him?
Don't have enough evidence on hand to do anything. I don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. If that's what I need, then perhaps... Agent Long, I believe an investigation of the dressing room in question is in order. It's possible that we may find new evidence there. Yeah, if Mr. Edgeworth pokes around in there, I'm sure he'll find some new facts, pal.
Ooh, and if we use Little Thief, we may even learn something from a recreation.
We don't need to do any of that.
What? Wolfie, how could you?
I'm not saying this to be mean. It's just that we've already searched there. My men really are something else.
And they found nothing?
There's only one thing I can say to you, sis, and it's that they found nothing. That's it.
I guess you're right. If they had found something, they would have reported it to us.
They couldn't find anything because there was nothing there to find.
And if there's no info to feed into Little Thief, then I can't do much to help either.
Is this the end? The murder took place in this theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights. The fact that it was Mr. Alba himself who committed the murder. I can't prove both statements to be true. Mr. Alba walks away as a free man. Is there no other course of action left to us? It would appear that your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. Now if you'll excuse me. Because of you people, I missed my flight. Now I must make haste to arrange for a new one.
Who is it this time?
Hold it right there, you whippersnappers!
Yeah, first Larry, and now you!
What is it with that scary mobster-like scowl on your face, Edgy Poo? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I've been meaning to say this, but all of you keep talking about things I don't get. You're all leaving this lady in the sad, depressing, lonely dust that I'm about to cry in.
Why did you have to speak up right at this instant?
But you know what, Edgy Poo? Cheer up. Because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing.
The most wonderful thing? From you?
It's so super special that I couldn't give away to just anyone, you know. Oh, my special present of love to my sweet Edgy Poo. Are you ready? Is this?
It's a box of those samurai dogs, right?
Yes. Oh, Edgy Poo, here. Go on and eat one and you'll feel right as rain.
Are we through here?
Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy Poo! Tell me you understand the depths of this lady's love for you. I'm not one to hand out snacks willy-nilly, you know. No, sir. The thought of...
Good vibes. Hello, Mr. Ray Brown, and how are you?
Okay.
The thought occurred to me that maybe it would be good if I fed you and made sure that you were nice and full. One day it's my dream to serve you some of my own homemade food. I mean, isn't it the desire of every woman to make sure their beloved never goes hungry? That's what I wanted to experience. I'll tell you one thing, though. A long time ago, they used to say that I could make the most delicious meal out of any ingredient you threw in front of me. Oh, I was a star in the kitchen back then, and I was...
Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything about her? Better be winning. We are. Don't worry. We're very close.
There's no power on earth that can force that woman into silence.
Not the stab.
But I'm so sick and tired of it. All you people do is look down on me. Even this box of samurai dogs played me for a fool. It had a special design on its fan, like the Japanese flag, so I thought it was special.
Full of filling foods and junk, well and happy. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Snacks are yummy.
But when I ate one, it just tasted like all the rest. Oh, it makes me so mad.
Yeah, all is well.
Wait, a special box with a Hinomaru-like fan on it. I've never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before.
Oh, and he would know.
However, there it is. The red sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? After the show, the samurai dogs were piled up on the dressing room floor. However, there is no such thing as a Hinomaru dog.
Taken from the dressing room, the fan's red sun is filled in for some reason.
This contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. The rays from this red sun may just be what we need to point us in the right direction.
A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile all of them into the pushcart just to move them. Boxes of samurai dogs were sitting in the pushcart.
I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Kochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart.
The killer placed Kochin's body into the pushcart in the dressing room.
And then, you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to piece the final pieces of this logic puzzle together, no matter how fragile or small the connections may be. Once we found them all, the way to the truth will be revealed.
Okay.
The killer used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to first remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor were most likely taken out of the pushcart by the killer.
Dogs were put on the dressing room floor by the killer to make room for the body.
That which should not exist. This box of samurai dogs with a Hinomaru on it. If this red sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing samurai dogs from the pushcart, then it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turns out to be what I believe it to be. Wendy Oldbag. I thank you. What you have given me is truly something very special.
Edgy Poo!
Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir?
Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Kochin in the dressing room. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to continue to cooperate is with some definitive evidence. That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you've erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you. However, there remains one piece here, and it's what will put you away for good. Ha! You're bluffing. Oh. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sounds like you finally found them. You finally found the fangs we need to go after this guy's jugular. So tell us, what about the box of samurai dogs is going to put the old man away? The trace evidence that will bring him down. Why, it's here, of course. This box of samurai dogs with the Hinomaru fan on it. This should never have existed. So I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It's a single drop of blood.
Huh?
What? Blood, you say? Agent Long, I'd like this blood analyzed post-haste. I've got to admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you, get this down to the lab, pronto.
But why was there blood on that box to begin with?
If we think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs with a pushcart, correct?
Oh, yeah. You have a great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? So to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in it. I figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill up the cart.
If what Larry says is true, then what were the boxes doing on the floor? Ah, I see. The killer took them out in order to place the body in the pushcart. Exactly. And that is when I believe the victim's blood found its way onto that box. But when my men investigated that room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there, because the embassy staff members had already confiscated them. Yes, no doubt to hide the evidence of the murder.
It's a good thing Miss Oldbag managed to steal that one box before they got to him, huh? Looks like Miss Oldbag also managed to put this great thief to shame.
What a scandalous way of putting that! I didn't steal. I received it from myself.
Marcus Alva, I'd say this was one very fatal oversight on your part. Sorry to rain on your little love fest, however. How can he be so self-confident in a no-win situation for him like this? Even if that blood turns out to belong to Mr. Kochin, then what?
So, Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh?
The sole piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime. That alone shed light on a new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And you say that like it means something.
Huh?
Excuse me, sirs. Report. What were the results of the analysis? Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood. I knew it. With this, Quercus Alba. Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might humor my question. Your question? Oh. The one from before, have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make? Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was that dressing room. But it doesn't prove that I am your killer, does it? That's... He has a very good point. The blood on that box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer.
Then, this evidence, it's meaningless?
It can't be. We were so close, sir.
I want to smack that smug look off of his face. Come on, there's gotta be something we could do.
Finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. I can't think of a single thing. Now, if you'll excuse me. Who was that? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now. It wasn't me, pal.
And it wasn't me this time either. It wasn't me either.
It was me! Why did you...
Because I haven't finished reporting everything to you yet, sir. There's more.
What? Hurry up and spit it out.
Yes, sir! That blood I mentioned. It's not of the same blood type as the victim's blood. No!
What? What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? If it isn't his, then who the hell's is it?
I don't know, sir. All I know is it's not the same blood type as the victim, sir. What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? I have no idea what's what anymore.
Neither do I. My, what an amusing turn of events. That blood drop proved something to be true, all right. Namely, my words. Which one of your words would that be? The ones where I said that your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Need I remind you that the blood got onto that box long before it entered my embassy.
What sort of nonsense?
Yeah, it's blood, pal. There's no way it's not related to the murder. So you would like to believe. But what if someone preparing the samurai dogs had a small nosebleed? What then?
I guess that is possible.
Darn it. Have we been wasting our time on a red herring? The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be a clue enough. Quercus Alba, you... Silence! Don't you ever address me with such a filthy word again. I've wasted enough time here with you, and you have your answers. Now let me through. Alba, it doesn't matter where you run off to. You'll never escape me. Someday I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. And all of Interpol will be behind me, working to see to it that that day comes. Do you know what your words sound like to me? They sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt. Arrgh! Is this really the extent of all we can do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Is there another possibility? Someone else other than the victim? Just when I thought I had him backed into a corner, it is I who's been backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do?
If you guys haven't noticed, he is currently referencing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, who he will never mention by name.
What would he, who can turn any desperate situation around, do? Turn it around. That's it! I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is this, it's whose blood could get onto the box like this. And if I think about it that way, if the blood got onto the box when the body was being placed into the pushcart, then the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. And there's only one person who that could be.
The name that shalt not be named.
Well, I must praise you for trying so hard. It's because of you kids that I was removed from center stage. Be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. But it's not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you'll ever know. Freedom like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky. Can't lay a finger on me, not now or ever. The arm of the law is powerless before me. Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. What do you mean? Allow me to describe you in one word. Pitiful. Pitiful? How so? Quercus alba, your wings were clipped long ago. And for someone who is trying to fly away on them without noticing that fact, pitiful is the perfect word to describe you. Mere words.
What do you mean by his wings were clipped, Mr. Edgeworth?
Just what you think it means, Kay. We've already caught him in our trap a while back. With an incredibly powerful, definitive piece of evidence. Hey, Earth to Mr. Prosecutor. Care to speak in English? What are you talking about? What piece of evidence? The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood.
But we know that it's not from the victim. I don't see how it remains relevant to this case at all.
Miss Von Karma, I believe that is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is the most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood. You're looking a little pale. Good. Then I believe you are already aware of what I mean. Then you know who the blood belongs to. Of course I do. This piece of evidence is the irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. The blood that soiled the box of samurai dogs belongs to this person. Bro.
Take that!
The blood of the red sun on this box belongs to you, Quercus alba.
What? Why is his blood on the box of samurai dogs? He's not even a victim.
The blood fell onto the box when Mr. Kochin's body was being loaded into the pushcart. At the time, the only two people in the dressing room were the victim and his killer. So that's what you mean. If the blood doesn't belong to the victim,
then there's only one other person it could belong to.
Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion.
But Mr. Kochin was the one who was stabbed, sir. Why would Mr. Alba have been the one who was bleeding?
What if during the murder, Mr. Kochin had fought back?
You mean, if before Mr. Alba could kill him, Mr. Kochin managed to wound Mr. Alba?
Yes, and I believe we have a piece of evidence that proves he was bleeding then. What is the piece of evidence that shows that Mr. Alba was probably bleeding at the time?
Take that!
Mr. Alba, you bear on your body a great wound.
That was from when Damask II attacked me with a pair of scissors. Yeah, that happened way after he was in the dressing room.
Ah, but is that really what happened? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I can't just accept that as a fact. Shall we try a test, Mr. Alba, and see if the shape of your wound matches the scissors? You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip you by, no matter how insignificant the possibility. You're one to talk, Mr. Alba. You've managed to give the law the slip for 10 years as the smuggling ring's leader. No matter the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal. I am the master of my fear. However, to think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing. You believe I've overlooked something. You said that my wound was caused by Mr. Kochin. That it was caused here in the theater's dressing room. In one of the theater's dressing rooms, right? Yes, that is correct. I'd like to point out that that is simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, and one that could only have come from a blade. I wonder where you would propose that such a weapon came from.
Ah, this theater was packed with security guards. It would have been impossible for anyone to come into this area with a weapon of any sort.
Just as Mr. Alba was able to bring the alabastrian knife in a bouquet, there must have been some other way to sneak in a weapon of some sort. Ah, but as long as you can't prove what the other way is, all of your talk about Mr. Kochin stabbing me is pure nonsense. So if that other way does exist, you better hurry and tell me now.
I got you, bro.
With pleasure.
Wait, what?
This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. Kochin brought a weapon into this theater.
Take that!
Among law enforcement, this piece is known as the Yatagarasu's key. That key!
That's the key that my father stole from here 7 years ago.
And it's very unique in that it's both a key and a knife. Meaning that under the guise of a key, it could have been easily brought into the theater. You couldn't dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back in Mr. Kochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. And inside that safe, there was a document about Cadopian paper signed by Mr. Kochin. In order to make it look like Mr. Kochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring, you had to make it so the police were the ones who opened that office safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching the knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Quercus Alba? And that is what some may call the coup de grace. Impossible. You can't take me down. Swine, all of you! Especially Manny Kochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador. Which is why he deserved to die while bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. That's why I sent out the Yatagarasu's card and how the incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the Yatagarasu. But I had yet another reason. Yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling prosecutors. Is that a Scooby-Doo reference? Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there's one more question I forgot to ask. This country's, or Alabast's, which country's court would you like to face first? Either way, it's game over for you. Edgeworth!
Oh. I think bro died.
Phew, this is it, the big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial today. And next week, he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country of Alabast. Francisca's heading that one. I suppose she'll be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. Having to face Miss Von Karma in court right after facing you, sir. Ugh, I don't even want to think about what that would be like. I caught a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day I get my monthly paycheck. You know, I've been thinking. That flight attendant and even Mr. Portsman were all Mr. Alba's secret agents. Correct. The smuggling ring was the common thread between all of the incidents. Kemi Meal was to provide support during the smuggling ops using her job as an attendant. And Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring to end in their favor. Ugh, go you airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safe from the smuggling ring, huh, sir? I suppose there are even more members of the ring spread throughout the world. Yeah, sounds like such a big op that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is it, detective? Nothing. It's just, well, come to think of it, Mr. Ernest Amato's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Mr. Amano has been working with the smuggling ring now for over 10 years. He used the Amano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring. But all of that has come to an end as this conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. I owe Mr. Amano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society. Well, with the arrest of both Mr. Alba and Mr. Amano, I guess that about racks up the KG-8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer in the KG-8 incident 10 years ago was Manny Kochin. And 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG-8 incident was Mac Rell. Those two facts are the unshakable truth, however. It seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truth from us, and I will expose it all at the trials today. You're solving cases left and right today, aren't you, sir? CCU and Dade Man. Perhaps now, these two brave souls who tried to make the truth known can rest in peace. Dade Man mention! By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Polino. Shrimp. Oh. Shrimp, crab, beef. I don't need any of these, so I'm giving them to you. What? Seriously, sir? Wait. Actually, I don't think I want them anymore. The way you're holding them, don't tell me they're just coupons, sir. Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Ever since the two countries became Cadopia again, its economy has changed. Really? And it seems that Ambassador Polino has reaped a few benefits of his own from it. He's been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified Cadopia.
Who is this? Is it Long?
Ah, but what a pity. Even though every item he sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that interested.
Oh, wait, that's okay. Ah, but what a pity. Even though every item he sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that interested. Well, if you don't want them, I could give them to my lovely assistant, Kay.
Wait, that's not what I said. So, Mr. Edgeworth, please let me have them, sir. Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here?
Hey, you gotta be more alert than that. Eek! I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit.
She was mimicking... Okay. I totally didn't notice you or realize that voice was you. Lang Zi says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring. Agent Long, a pleasant surprise to see you here. It's been a long time since I set foot in a courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him. Well, that and something else. I wanted to see you in action in court. That's so, Agent Long. We flushed out all the counterfeit bills, so Jean-Fa is finally at peace again. And it's all thanks to you. So I just want to say, thanks.
Wow, I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie said thanks to Mr. Edgeworth.
I should be the one thanking you, Agent Long. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him to trial. I believe the victory belongs to both of us in this case. A shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you, prosecutors. And I have zero interest in that truth thing you talked about in court. I've always done things my own way, and that's not about to change. You got that? I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job. Yeah, and if there's ever someone your precious truth can't catch, feel free to sit around and cry about it all you want. But as for me, I'm going to get that person no matter what. All right. It's about time for the trial to start. I will see you later. I'll be watching your performance from the gallery. I'm looking forward to this. I prepared a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir.
I'll help throw some around when Mr. Edgeworth wins.
Hope you've got enough, because I'm going to call up my men as well. A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way.
Don't be shy, Edgeworth.
Scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. The legend of the great thief Yatagarasu. It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of the truth. Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet. And to that end, you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced on me since I was very young. However, I no longer think that is all we prosecutors are. And that's because... Even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I've set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, I feel the fight within me rising.
Banger game. Let's freaking go. I'm really in Mr. Edgeworth's debt for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my suitcases. I've been selling them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art world has lavished on my work as being truly postmodern. The airline has chosen me to design their new line of Go You Jumbo Jets. Just think, someday you'll be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet. Not the suitcases. The planes sound atrocious too. Oh, Lord. I love Zinc LeBlanc.
Edgeworth! Ah, that rudeness of a rude man! Because of him, my time and money is wasted! But more importantly, I received the most fantastic treasure recently. The Primidux statue of the Principality of Cadopia.
It weighs a bit light in my hands, but the Ambassador Palino was most generous. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. We finally caught Agent Hicks's killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Alba's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work another case in cooperation with them. However, the Cadopian courts await. Cadopia's air is supposed to be very fresh, so my whip should find new vigor there. You go, Queen. Slay.
This little patrolman has been fired as of today, sir! I thought it was safe since we found the gun I had dropped. But I hadn't noticed that I dropped my police badge, too! I guess what really broke the camel's back was that I couldn't find my badge. My little life has suddenly been tripped into a dark black hole, sir! I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with Ruffles Man!
Ruffles Man? Beacons. Poor guy.
I was actually hoping to talk with Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. But I've got to get going and return to Europe. I've still got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to study there. Next time I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm going to do it as a real forensic scientist. I'm sure he's going to need all the help I can give him, scientifically. Ah, this Emma is so cute. I fear for the future. Because the kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy. But I won't be going outside much anytime soon. But that's really okay. The only prison I'm forever trapped in is the cage of love. The guard down at the detention center. Well, when he's on guard duty. He has such a cold look in his eyes. Just like that prosecutor. But don't... Stop it, Lauren! When will you ever learn to stop being a prisoner of love? Okay, girl. You do you. It appears there are all sorts of drama that take place outside of courtrooms. Since we judges are here day in and day out, I've only heard a few rumors, but... Apparently, Mr. Edgeworth teamed up with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. Okay. Okay, Udgy. Also, are they not giving Manfred a line? I saw him in the courtroom. Come on.
Phew! I barely escaped death yet again!
Yeah, but boy were we lucky to have Mr. Edgeworth help us out, huh?
Yeah, but because I lost the key, I got fired from my security guard job.
Don't let it get you down, Maggie. You still got me.
You're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm gonna pick myself up and get through this. I wonder what my next job should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun.
Why not come to Godopia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now, our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although, recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. Then we had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the next event will be great. It'll be an attraction entitled Capture the Yatakarasu. Of course, I hope to win this case help in creating our latest attraction.
I respect it.
I can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. But it's okay, because that's how I met Miharu. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're gonna sell blue ocean dogs. They'll sell like hotcake hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun. I guarantee it'll turn your tongue and your face blue. I know I'm not really the type to work a lot, or at all really, but... Oh, so I noticed that I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently.
Phoenix mention?
I wonder what's up. Well, the next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs.
We actually could have seen a cameo of Phoenix here, but I somehow missed it and I'm upset.
I gave testimony in court today as a member of the Yatagarasu. Yo, Mr. Bad, you look well, all things considered. By the way, have you noticed that elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed, over who should be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Long Zi says, thoroughly bite the poisonous snake from head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get you all yet. Ah, youth. When did I become so old, I wonder? I've begun noticing the gray hairs in my beard more. I'm thinking of retiring my mirror.
Uncle Bad! And yeah, the boat. I'm so upset. Beanie cameo, where?
I was the Pink Princess and the Pink Badger all in the span of 2 days. Talk about busy. But it's alright, because I got a letter from my beloved Edgy-Poo. Please take care of your hip. And when you wish to speak, first take off your headpiece. What does he mean by that last statement? It's not like I enjoy being under a headpiece every time I see him. I've been an alien and then some creepy fuzzy pink animal, and then I was the Pink Princess, a great hero of justice, but ever since I was a young maiden, I've been stylish hat on my head, though rather wear my own costume or something, but even that just sounds like a terrible idea.
I almost did it. I almost did it.
Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial's over. And as always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir.
Yeah, nothing beat the look on Mr. Alba's face when you revealed the ring's secrets. I was amazed. You're like a totally different person when you step into a courtroom.
Mr. Edgeworth is always 10 times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they've begun a large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francisca and Agent Long. So what are your plans now, Kay?
Oh, well, we've taken care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant.
Are you still trying to steal my job, pal?
Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal something so important to you, Gummy.
Phew, what a relief. Hey?
Yes?
Even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief?
Of course. But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yatagarasu, so I'm going to hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own.
A 3-person team?
A 3-person team of young beauties the same age as me if possible.
With those criteria, I doubt you'll find the 2 other people you need.
Actually, I can recommend some people for Kay. But we'll talk about that after we finish all the games, if I remember. My father chose to fight for the truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, the only things I will ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. I'm going to work extra hard to make the world where the Yatagarasu isn't needed.
Let's both strive for such a future.
Well, I guess it's time for me to get going.
See. Hey, keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? And don't be a stranger.
Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll make sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in.
If you could, I'd appreciate it if you came through the building's front door. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. The lock on my window at the home has been broken for forever.
Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the three of us.
Yeah, commemorative photo. Every big case has to end with one. No.
Hey, why not?
Don't tell me you're camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course not, Detective.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir. Ah, hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that.
Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese.
Thus, the long tale of the KG-8 incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there is little time to rest and relax. For I am eager to tackle the next investigation into a new case. Eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is I want to pursue the truth, and I want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed.
They're so cute. My beloveds. Yippee! And that's it. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this. I appreciate it. We're not going to start the next game right away, since I only have a couple more weeks left here in Korea, so ideally I'd like to start it in the US once I get back home. So we'll figure something out for the next couple weeks. Until then, thank you guys so much for coming, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!